Let's be real, the USMLE Step 3 isn't just a test of what you know. It's a brutal test of how you think under some serious pressure. So in this explainer, we're going to build a systematic attack plan, a repeatable strategy to turn that overwhelming feeling into pure clinical precision on every single question. You know that feeling, right? You click next and this absolute wall of text just hits you. Your heart rate spikes, you can feel the clock ticking. That panic is totally real. But what if you had a system to manage it? Well, that's exactly what we're here to build. And that's the key mindset shift you have to make. Step 3 isn't some trivia game. It's a strategic puzzle. It's literally built to reward an efficient methodical thought process, just as much as it rewards pure clinical knowledge. So, where do we start? With the golden rule. And trust me, this is the single most powerful habit you can possibly build. Before you even lay eyes on the patient's story, you jump straight to the very last line and you read the question first, every single time. So why does this work so well? Because it instantly transforms you from a passive reader into an active detective. You're not just soaking in a story anymore. You are on a mission. You are hunting for the specific clues you know you need to solve the case. Reading the question first immediately tells you what your target is. Are you hunting for a diagnosis? Okay, then you're going to focus on symptoms. Is it the next best step? Then you're going to focus on patient safety and immediate action. Knowing your target right from the get-go completely focuses your entire approach to the vignette. Okay, so that's step 1. Now for step 2, decoding the case. With your target locked in, you do not read every word. No, you scan. You become a hunter for those high-yield clues that actually matter. This whole thing happens in a tight 45-second rhythm. The first 5 seconds, bam, identify the question type. The next 30 seconds, you're scanning that vignette for key data. And in the final 10 seconds, and this is crucial, you form a prediction in your head before you even look at the answer choices. This structure keeps you in control and, more importantly, on pace. And what are you actually scanning for? Just the core data. Demographics, the chief complaint, pertinent positives and negatives, and pay special attention here, those abnormal vitals and labs. This is how you instantly separate the critical signal from all that distracting noise. Now, this little trick is a total game changer for your speed. You're not just reading faster, you're actively translating sentences into data. That whole long sentence becomes a simple mental shortcut, 52M, HTN, DM, CP. Seriously, this simple trick saves you precious seconds on every single question. Okay, so you've read the question, you've scanned the case, now for the final showdown, which is often the hardest part, choosing between two really, really good answers. This is where the exam truly tests your clinical reasoning. When you're stuck between two choices, your first tiebreaker is always, always patient safety. The question isn't just what's the most accurate test, it's what's the safest thing to do for this patient right now. You've got to prioritize stabilizing the patient. Think ABCs over some definitive test that can probably wait a little bit. Now, if safety isn't the deciding factor, your second tiebreaker is all about clinical algorithms. The test raters absolutely love to see if you know proper stepwise management. So if you see two valid treatments, just ask yourself, which one is first line? Unless there is a very clear contraindication in the text, you stick with the standard initial therapy. So that's the question level strategy. Now let's zoom out a bit and talk about mastering the metagame, managing your time, and, just as importantly, avoiding those psychological traps that can derail even the sharpest minds. This right here is your number, 90 seconds. That's your average time per question. You need to internalize it, practice with it. It's the anchor for your entire pacing strategy. If you find yourself stuck debating an answer for more than, say, 20 seconds, you have to force yourself. Pick one, flag it, and move on. Look, we all fall into the same traps. Reading every single word way too slowly, overanalyzing tiny details, adding information that isn't even in the vignette, and maybe the worst one of all, second-guessing a correct answer and changing it. Just recognizing these habits is the first step to beating them for good. Let's actually give this a name. Let's call it the what-if syndrome. It's that little voice in your head that starts going, yeah, but what if they have this super rare condition? You got to tell that voice to stop. The exam is not trying to trick you with zebras. Trust the wording and stick to only what is in the question. All right, let's bring it all home. We're going to put everything together into your final takeaway. This is the complete attack plan that you can execute on exam day. It really all boils down to this simple 4-step loop. Number 1, read the question first. Number 2, scan for clues. Number 3, predict the answer, then eliminate the obvious distractors. And number 4, which might be the most important, decide and move on. This is your system for every single question. But listen, a plan is totally useless without practice. You have to build that muscle memory. And that means practicing in timed mode, always. It means deeply reviewing the explanations to truly understand the why behind an answer. And it means simulating full test blocks to build up that real mental endurance. This is how you take back control. By building a system and practicing it until it's just second nature, you stop reacting to the exam and you start executing your plan. The pressure doesn't just disappear, but now you'll have the tools to turn all that pressure into precision.